Spinning is probably the quickest way for me to feel connected to the source, to some cosmic continuum spectrum of energy. I feel so instantaneous. The wave of warmth and bliss and connectedness that I feel with spinning. It's hard for me to even say what it is energetically, if it's a heart-centered practice or if it's just the whole body, like tuning the whole line of the chakra system as you're creating this vortex. Spinning can be pretty intimidating because usually everyone, and I have hit them. I've hit plenty of edges. I've been hooping for 9 years, and I can remember specific moments where there was that pushing through a doorway and realizing that, oh, I've never been able to do this long, or this is, I just crossed over, and it really does feel like a slipping through something, and it almost feels intimidating, like, oh, is this either I'm going to get really, really dizzy at this moment, or I'm going to push through it. I don't know, it feels tantric. I guess it feels like you do open something. I'm really excited about teaching in Peru this coming fall, the Sacred Circularities Hoop Dance Retreat in Peru, because we have an extended amount of time to practice and daily. And one of the things I want to work with there is sustained spinning, because I think that we'll be able to really gradually progress in that, because you can only increase your spinning like so much in a day. When you're starting, what I would most highly recommend is using the tool of your eyes. That your gaze is going to be the key to keeping you grounded amidst this like kind of whirling vortex. So, because it's almost like becoming blind. Because if you didn't have the hoop and you were spinning, all you'd see is the world blurring around you. And I think that's in some ways why it's so connecting, is because you become so ever present, like only your body and your hoop can be in focus while everything else is becoming a blur. So if you set your gaze on the hoop or on your hand, and those were the two easiest things for me to start with, were just looking at the pattern on the hoop and holding it, and just holding my gaze there, like a kind of a soft gaze, and because it stays in focus, as you spin. If you're starting to spin a little slower, with the hoop rolling on your core, let your hand be, make mudras or something to sort of tune into. Those are some really great ways to start spinning. And this one, where you're holding the hoop with your hands, is one of the nicest first ones, because you can really control the speed of the spin. You're not trying to keep up with it on your core. You can go as slow as you need to, right, or as fast. And I highly recommend, when you start to feel like it's time to stop, instead of making an abrupt stop, start slowing down gradually, so that, because an abrupt stop into stop for me feels like my body still is spinning, and it'll kind of feel like that anyway, but a gradual stop can just bring things down so much more gently. You can stop, plant your feet, come to prayer, take some breaths. running is just one of the techniques that we'll explore in the Hoop Dance Retreat in Peru. I'm looking forward to really exploring the whole body and techniques from legs and core and chest, really like the whole body, and looking at the energetics as they relate to our movements. But we'll be working with all sorts of techniques, and if you're ready for twins, we can add on the second hoop on the core or off the body. It'll be incredible to have like a luscious, long time in Peru to play with an abundance of hooping techniques.